Greetings, Scorpio and Scorpio rising. This is your Western forecast for April 2024. There are three major planetary events that for some of you could reset and change the course of your life, personally, professionally. What's happening is there's going to be a new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Aries. We have eclipses every 6 months. They repeat the same cycle every 19 years. And this solar eclipse will be in Aries, putting a spotlight on your 6th house sector because Aries is six signs past Scorpio. The 6th house deals with work, health matters, your daily routine. Mercury is the other big event because it's going retrograde again, about 3 times a year, also in the sign of Aries. So your mind is you're readjusting, revising, rethinking. 6th house matters, your job, or your whole daily routine, or trying to change diet, really focused on health matters. But with the retrograde, you're revising it, rethinking it. The other big event, which is as big as the solar eclipse, the Jupiter and Uranus are aligning in the sign of Taurus. This happens every 13 to 14 years. Jupiter is growth and expansion and opportunity. When it aligns with Uranus, it's all this sudden breakthrough, innovative energies. Often Jupiter-Uranus can be sudden windfalls, sudden lucks. And if it's not impacting your horoscope, you'll at least see in the world when this happens in April of a lot of advancements in new technology, in science, with medical breakthroughs. So it's a very auspicious energy once every 13 to 14 years, and it's falling in your 7th house of relationships, both personal and professional. So before I break all that down and how it applies to you, if you enjoy these kinds of videos and would like to see more of them, click like and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can receive the latest postings. And if you go into the description box underneath the video, you'll find direct links to sign up for my free daily message or to book an astrology reading. All right. The sun went into Aries at the end of March, as it does every year, until around April the 19th. Where the sun is shining, it's where your attention and priorities are being directed, where your focus is, you're paying attention more to. So the sun is in Aries, 6 signs past Scorpio. So all the focus is on your job, your daily routines, your health care. Could also be about employees, co-workers. All of that is in the spotlight. On April the 8th will be the solar eclipse. Eclipses happen every 6 months. A solar eclipse is actually on a new moon. So it's a new moon on steroids because a regular new moon is only impacting one area of your life for a few weeks. If this solar eclipse is triggering a planet in your chart, it's going to be at 19 Aries. So if you have any planets around 19 Aries or opposite, especially with Libra, if there's a planet there, that planet will be in high focus for at least 6 months, up to a year. Now, with the solar eclipse, certainly going to bring in a lot of unexpected changes, significant new shifts, often giving birth, that's the new moon, to some major new directions, but it's more supercharged with it being an eclipse in the 6th house. Really good for jump-starting a new health program, but also learning new work skills or getting a new job or trying to launch a sideline business. That's what the solar eclipse is trying to bring in over these next 6 months. A solar eclipse takes at least 30 to 60 days for it to fully manifest what it's trying to bring into your life, or what it's trying to shake up and compel a lot of adjustments. Now, with that fluctuating eclipse energies, bringing in a lot of change, then that goes along with Mercury, decision-making Mercury, retrograde, April the 1st till April the 25th. Because Mercury is your expectations and your agreements. And if this eclipse is starting to bring in some changes, let's say with your job, then the Mercury in retrograde is now you have to rethink, where's all this going? One of the things about Mercury in retrograde, expect the unexpected. Communications, there might be more mishaps, misunderstandings. With Mercury dealing with agreements and expectations, it can be dealing with contracts. And you'll often hear, do not sign contracts, don't make commitments during Mercury in retrograde, because you don't have all the information. Mercury is the messenger god. Mercury is about information. When it's retrograde, it's backtracking, but it's not moving forwards. You don't have all the correct information. Sometimes it ends up being better than expected, but you don't want to be locked in. Now, when it comes to health matters, then that Mercury in retrograde could be that you have to start rethinking and learning about how to get healthier. Or maybe you're just realizing, I've got to get exercising again, or dieting, or eating healthier. And so that Mercury is just that resetting, retooling, revising your all these health matters. Now, the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in Taurus, in your 7th house of partnerships, of marriage, of contracts. Jupiter-Uranus can bring in these windfalls and breakthroughs, unexpected developments and opportunities in your personal and professional relationships. Can be sudden changes in your social circle, bringing you in exciting new collaborations. Certainly could be bringing in very exciting, unexpected new relationships. But with the main focus of the solar eclipse in your 6th house, that could be work relationships. Now, the sun is in Aries the first 19 days. On the 19th of April, the sun goes into Taurus for 4 weeks, till May the 19th. So now the sun is drawing more of your attention to relationships as when the sun goes into Taurus, because Taurus is the exact opposite Scorpio, and the opposite always deals with the other. Jupiter and Uranus align on April the 20th. Mercury's in retrograde until April the 25th. So there's a lot hitting you, but with the Mercury in retrograde, you've got a lot to process. You may be confused, unsure about what all this means, where it's all going. So give it then when Mercury goes direct on April the 25th, it's at a standstill because the Mercury, when it was retrograde, it's slowing down and backing up and stopping. And then on the 25th, now it's starting to move forwards, but it takes a week or so for it to get back to its regular speed. So think of it, the mind, your mental faculties, is when it goes direct, it's still sluggish, it's still slow. So maybe it's your confidence, or maybe you're not as quick and as sharp and as adaptable as you would like to be. But it's moving in the right direction. The rule of thumb is to give it 2 weeks, but certainly within a week, your mental faculties are getting a lot more confident and sharp about making decisions with contracts, with business partnerships, with personal relationships. Now, this is part of the forecast where I like to then look to how do all these energies impact your body, your relationships, your business. When it comes to your body, that solar eclipse in the 6th house, I said the 6th house can also be with health matters. And so there's the sun for the first 19 days. Mercury will be in the 6th house till May the 15th. That solar eclipse could be impacting you for a good 6 months. So there is a lot of adjustments and new work projects, new jobs, learning new job skills. But back to the health and your body, this could be where you are really focused on healing, on self-improvement, on better diet. And if any health issue came up, you would be so laser focused on learning, that's Mercury, everything you can to be as proactive, to be healthier. When it comes to relationships, I always start with Venus. Venus is the planet of love and harmony and marriage. Now, Venus will be in the 6th house of work. Well, this could be good for more harmonious co-worker relationships. It might bring in more friendlier, more comfortable working conditions. You could make a new friend. There might be some flirtations with Venus, but at the job. But Venus goes into Taurus on April the 29th for several weeks, joining the Sun that already went into the 7th house of relationships on the 19th. And the Jupiter-Uranus in your 7th house could bring in unexpected relationships. I think April is, for most of you, it's mostly about work relationships and contracts. But when it comes to the personal, certainly by around April the 29th, when Venus goes into Taurus, into your 7th house, joining the Sun and Jupiter and Uranus, that could either revise in your existing relationships, bringing in new energies, new romance, new excitement, or you could be attracting a new relationship into your life, especially as Mars is in Pisces once every 2 years. Pisces is a water sign compatible with Scorpio, a water sign, and the Mars will be in Pisces in your 5th house, as Pisces is 5 signs past Scorpio, all of April and going into May. The 5th house, where all that Mars energy, the warrior, aggressive, assertive, Mars is the sector of romance, even of babies, giving birth or conceiving. The 5th house is pleasurable, it's vacations, it's parties, it's entertainment. And the best part, if you're into it, is Mars is the athletic planet, And the 5th house is where we look to for sports or any type of recreational activities. So that with that Mars, there's a lot of energy there. Now, when it comes to business, I've touched a lot about this, but certainly that whole focus on the 6th house, there could be some real changes in the work routine. You might be needing or wanting to learn new job skills, or your job duties could be changing, or you want to look for a new job, or maybe you have to. That could be the eclipse, this unexpected changes, having to look for a new job. But if you are in that situation, the Jupiter-Uranus in the 7th would be very beneficial, because it's this breakthrough windfall energies from the 7th house of offers, job offers, contracts. So the full moon, haven't talked about the full moon is going to be in Scorpio on April the 23rd. Full moon you'll be feeling that emotional reactiveness for 2 or 3 days. So starting on April the 23rd. The full moon is always 2 weeks after the new moon, which is a solar eclipse this year. The full moon will bring to light, to start revealing what the new moon was trying to bring into your life. Well, part of it is job situations, health situations, or body maintenance. So the full moon being in Scorpio, now when it comes to, the full moon starts to bring in more visibility, when everything comes to light, comes to a culmination. So with your job, this could be when you get a new job, or you are, all the job changes that you could be taking the lead. The spotlight could be on you with these new work projects. If it's your body, because Scorpio is, the full moon's in Scorpio, if you're Scorpio or Scorpio rising, that also can relate to the physical body. And the full moon could bring up issues with the physical body that are being revealed from the new moon in the 6th house of health matters. So now by the 23rd, 24th is when all of a sudden you could start to pay more attention to losing weight, to getting healthier, to getting stronger, could put a real focus on self-improvement with the physical body. This is part of the forecast where I like to examine how all these planetary energies are impacting your body, your relationships, your business. I've touched upon almost all of this already, so we'll just be summarizing. When it comes to your health and your physical body and all those planets, the Sun, Mercury, Venus, the solar eclipse, all in the 6th house, you are really focused on self-improvement. It's an ideal time to change your diet, to start exercising, to going to the doctors and or the dentist and just having this whole, a checkup, this whole body checkup. You're feeling more inspired to really focus on body maintenance. With relationships, as I said, Venus, the planet of love and desire in the 6th house, that's the 6th house of work. It's usually not good for love affairs, but there could be more camaraderie, more friendships at the job with it doesn't have to be new, but with co-workers. But then with that Sun on the 19th, going into Taurus, into your 7th house of relationships, and then the Jupiter-Uranus in your 7th house of relationships on the 20th, and after the 25th, now Mercury is going direct in your 7th house of relationships until May the 15th. That I think mostly of April is about work and body maintenance, but relationships, personal relationships, could really be coming in, helping existing relationships, bringing in new relationships after April the 29th. And then in business, on that solar eclipse in the sixth house of work, there could be really focused on new job skills, a new job, maybe even launching your own business. But with a Jupiter in Uranus, this could be a major business contract or landing a major client. That could be that partnership, or you could be a relationship, of friendships, an associate with all those planets going into the seventh, where you could be joining forces and forming a business partnership. I want to thank you for watching. If you like information on how to book an astrology reading or to sign up for my 2-question offer, visit my website at gardino.go, that's .co. Until next month, be safe and well.